Thanks. Yeah, we're out of time.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, students, staff, invited guests, and all those watching in the classroom. You're all very welcome to our annual award ceremony for 2022. Today, as a community, we celebrate some of the wonderful achievements of our students over the past year. These achievements are the results of the hard work and dedication that they demonstrate on a daily basis. It's also a result of the hard work and dedication of our teachers and our students' parents, guardians, and families. And for that ceremony, I would like to call on Bishop Doran to bless the proceedings.
Hello everybody, this is a nice, comfortable environment to be in. God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the many gifts that you have given us. First of all, the gift of life and the gift of family, and all the other gifts that flow from that. We thank you for the gifts of learning, the gifts of music, the gifts of physical energy and sport. We thank you for the way in which all these gifts come together in the common effort that we make in our time together in and around school. Bless our students here, particularly those who have achieved awards in the past year. Bless their teachers, bless their parents, and grant that the community in which they live will be blessed in the future through the same gifts which they have shown in their achievements to date. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop Doran. I now call on our principal, Mr. Paul Keogh, to address today's ceremony.
So good afternoon, everybody who joins us here in the library and those who join us online. Parents, guardians, staff, students and special guests. It's my pleasure to welcome everyone here today on behalf of the Board of Management and Senior Management Team. Today is one of the main highlights in our school calendar when we take time to celebrate all that is good and positive in the life of the school. It is a time when we honour the many achievements of our students, past and present, but also the uniquely gifted contribution our school makes on a local and national level. Today in particular, I welcome our college patron, Bishop Kevin Doran, and thank him for his ongoing support in terms of the running of the school. And I welcome back our past pupil and guest speaker, fondly known as Ash, Dr. Ashram Patel, who has taken the time to travel from the UK to be with us today. Last but not least, I welcome the heroes of today, our award recipients, those present and those who join us online. Gentlemen, we're very proud of you. We're proud of your achievements, your dedication to your study, your chosen sport, your pastime, and your voluntary work is truly inspirational. You are what makes Summerhill great, and we are deeply indebted to each and every one of you. Each person in our school is uniquely gifted and talented. You may not be aware of your talent or gift, hence why you need the encouragement of others to help you realise it and encourage you to fulfil your mission and your purpose, which I have no doubt can be as powerful and as challenging as possible. Although only some are chosen for awards, all of our students are uniquely gifted, and we encourage all in our school to develop their own unique potential. Today, as a school community, we unite and we give thanks. We give thanks for the many people who support, challenge, and inspire us to be the best that we can be. In a particular way, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the many staff members who give countless amount of additional hours to support the students here in Summerhill. Finally, before I conclude, I would like to thank Ms. Dervilla Casey and her team for putting this special occasion together. Your work in promoting the many positive aspects of our school life is very much appreciated. As I said, we're delighted to welcome back Ash, a former past pupil of Summerhill College. He completed his Leaving Cert in 2013 when he was awarded the Academic Student of the Year. He has many and varied interests, including athletics, football, boxing, martial arts, acting, art, magic, and music, and he has certainly served the school extremely well through the many school events which he played at. Ash went on to study medicine in the University of Glasgow, where he graduated in 2018, and has continued work with his studies all over the UK, Ireland, and throughout Europe. He continues to work and research and has contributed to several publications. So as I said, we're absolutely delighted to welcome back as our guest speaker, Dr. Ashan Patel.
So my name's Mr. Patel, or Ash, as Mr. Keogh mentioned. I'm very thrilled to meet you all today, and it's a pleasure to be back in the college again after this long. As Mr. Keogh mentioned, I graduated from the University of Glasgow after graduating from Summerhill College back in 2013. I'm currently a general and vascular surgical trainee in Scotland. My own career pathway after Glasgow was I spent 2 years working as a junior doctor in Wales and then moved back to Scotland afterwards. I did my leaving certificate here between 2011 and 2013, which was 10 years ago. I know 10 years may seem like a very long time, and certainly for all of you, 10 years seems like a very long time away. But I can assure you from experience it's not. 10 years passes very quickly, and it certainly did for me. When I came here, I came from the dark side, from the grammar school, but I think most of my... But I think my early years of academic training, I'm mostly grateful to Summerhill College for that opportunity. So without further ado, I'm going to pass on a couple of messages of advice, I guess, for those of you who are now starting your own pathways in life, wherever that may be. The first biggest thing is, as I mentioned before, time is an asset. Time does pass quickly. It's important to use time to do both what you want to do and what you need to do as well, because time waits for nobody. If it's something you want, it's better to now try and do it, even if imperfectly, than to not do it at all, because if something's done imperfectly, you can always go back and try and make it perfect afterwards. If something's not done altogether, you'll always wonder whether you should have done it and when you should have done it. If it's something you need to do, the chances are it's not going to be something you can avoid, and trying to put it off won't make a difference, because at some point you will have to address it as well. Also remember that when I say that use time to do something, do does not necessarily mean the same thing as finish immediately. Some things do by virtue take a bit more time and a bit more patience, whether that means, for example, getting a qualification or formal training or an apprenticeship. To do means to start, and to do means to persist. It doesn't necessarily mean to reach your outcome straight away, so be patient with yourself. And remember that the journey is the part of enjoyment and not the outcome necessarily at the end, as long as you're giving it 100% and giving it your all. The second thing I want to talk about is failure. So failure is a term that I want all of you to try and get out of your head, because there is such a thing as failure to attempt or failure to persist. There's no such thing as failure of outcome. Failure of outcome is merely a test. So every single event that you fail from is merely a means to learning, and any event that you can learn from, as long as you're learning, you're progressing, and therefore you're moving forward. A classic example is when you're a child and you first touched a hot stove. You learn from that event that stoves are hot and you shouldn't touch them again. So to fail the first time does not make you a failure. It's merely a learning event you've had. But the difference between someone who's successful and someone who's not successful is their response to failure and how they learn from it or don't learn from it. That's John Maxwell's quote, which is the difference between average people and achieving people is their response to failure. What you get from things is imperative, so it's important that you try and do things that do challenge you and accept that you might not necessarily get things right the first time. But when you do not get things right the first time, you reattempt and you make difference afterwards so that you can progress and move forward in life. The next thing, which is, I'm sure I'm going to be saying a lot of very cliche stuff, but they are very important, is balance. Don't forget about this, especially when people are overworked or overstressed or overwhelmed. It's tempting to try and drop the life part of the work-life balance in favour of work, thinking that will help you catch up. But in simplest terms, the human mind is not able to be on overdrive indefinitely. It needs some downtime. Downtime can be different for everyone. Some people might have downtime in the form of music, or sport, or arts and literature, or nature and outdoors, or movies and games. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you find something that you get enjoyment and peace from. Make sure you still do that, even when you're very busy, because that will help recharge you and make sure things you need to do, you can do with more efficiency and be more resourceful with time as well in that. Two things that I took as hobbies, as Mr. Keogh very briefly mentioned at the very start, was sports in the form of football and music. So Mr. Keogh, you're very lucky to have as your principal today. When I was in Summerhill, he was the teacher for both religious studies and for music. And actually a lot of my experience with him was I played in the school church band, so we used to ask Mr. Keogh to sign us off for maths classes months in advance so we could practice for practice for school moss events and things like that. But I took that music hobby with me, and now I write my own music. It's on online streaming services. I play on Irish radio and Ocean FM and Highland Radio. And I'm going to be playing at the Ballyshannon Rory Gallagher Festival in June of this year. So it's a hobby I took with me that actually started very much in this college about 10 years ago. The second thing is football. Summerhill has always been a fantastic college for football. And the year I was in my leaving cert, they won the Connacht Cup. I'd like to say that I was part of that team. I think I played about 90 seconds of the whole tournament, but I'll take it anyway. But I carried that football with me. I played football in Scotland, Wales, and I started early football coaching badge as well. It doesn't matter if you're not good at a hobby. The main thing is you have to enjoy the hobby, and it gives you peace and quiet. So things that you want to then achieve afterwards, you can do in a full mindset. My final comment is that every single generation goes through its own unique challenges, and the world that you're all entering today is no exception to that, whether that be things like pandemics, global wars, global shortages in things like energy or electricity or water, of course the ever increasing environmental burden. I think the worst that we all should do is leave the world in the same place that we entered it, but the best we should all do is leave the world in a better place than we entered it. And I appreciate that with the challenges the world faces, at times it can seem very daunting, and maybe for people it can seem like the world's a bit hopeless or they feel a bit powerless. But you have to also remember through challenges is when innovation can be harboured. Through times when there's most need is when one can imagine, one can envision, one can dare to dream and challenge the status quo. As James Salk said, hope lies in dreams, in imagination, and in the courage of those who dare to turn dreams into reality. So your journeys, as exciting as they are challenging, begin this year. This is the beginning of you all taking over the reins of people before you, including myself. You're in a college surrounded by fantastic teachers and fantastic mentors. You're equipped with endless wealth of knowledge and resources that the Irish educational system and the Irish Leaving Certificate examinations have to offer you. For those who are still sitting exams, whether it's Leaving Cert or otherwise, remember exams are not there for trickery or skullduggery. They're merely a means of you showing that the resource you've been given, you've, number one, learned from them, and number two, you can showcase who you are and what you want to be. Many of you now will be already in university or college or IT, or maybe aspiring to be one of those, or some of you might be aspiring to go into apprenticeships or enter straight into the workforce. You'll all have your own journeys, but the most important thing you can do is give it your 100%, be patient with yourselves, enjoy the process as much as the outcome, and relax. That's about all for me. Thank you.
We are truly honoured to be able to welcome Ashton back, and thank you for your wonderful words of inspiration. I've no doubt that what you're listening to your story, your dedication and passion for what you do, will assist and motivate our students in their journey and path to succeed. It's fantastic to see one of our alumni become so successful in his field, yet never forget his roots here in Sligo, nor the days he remembers so fondly in his alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, our awards are divided into three main categories: academic, sports, and extracurricular activities. The first awards to be presented this afternoon are the academic awards for last year's first years. Each class has 2 awards, Best Student and Spirit of Summerhill Award. You can give a round of applause after each of the groups that come in. And I'll invite our Deputy Principal, Mr. Moriarty, to present students with their certificates, and they can collect their medals. So the award winners are: our first year Student of the Year award winners from St. Clement is Conor O'Connellan, St. Connell, Aaron Keane, St. Charles, Luke McLaughlin, St. Christopher, Daniel Corrin, St. Colum, Luke Kilgallen, St. Cormac, Noel White, St. Kieran, Ryan Casey, and St. Cian, Matthew Gillen. And our first year Spirit of Summerhill Award winners are from St. Clement, Kevin Patton, St. Connell, Michael Hart, St. Charles, Shay McMorrow, St. Christopher, Oisin Devons, St. Colum, Conor Lindsay, St. Cormac, Jack Robinson, St. Kieran, Niall Carroll, and St. Cian, Shane Flynn. Moving on to our second year awards. Our second year Student of the Year award winners are from St. Fabian, Leon Savage, St. Fergus, Lucas Mann, St. Felix, Dara Keane, St. Finian, Michael MacDonald, St. Fiacre, Fraser Crine, St. Finbar, Kyle Spallin, St. Fintan, Sanawal Wasim, St. Flannan, Dara McGee, and St. Francis, Peter Makurovsky. And the Spirit of Summerhill for St. Fabian is Justin De Los Santos, St. Fergus, Cathal Gilligan, St. Felix, Conor Fain, St. Finian, Esma, St. Fiacre, Kieran Flynn, St. Finbar, Joshua Gregory, St. Fintan, Jamie Lattimore, St. Flannan, James Donahue, and St. Francis, Antoniuskos. We now move on to our Senior Academic Awards. In Summerhill College, our fifth-year students can avail of 24 different subjects for Leaving Cert. These awards will be presented by Mr. Donaher and Mr. Moriarty. The winners for this year are, in Irish, the Bun na Gaeilge Oisín Mac Conville Medal. The winner is Brendan Munnelly. For English, Killian Gilmartin. For mathematics, the Columkill Caulfield Medal, Robert O'Kelly Lynch. For chemistry, Joseph McCaughey. For biology, the Dr. John O'Grady Biology Medal, Shashank Nair. For physics, Charlie McKenna. Religion, Cathal Ballantyne. French, Joseph Matea. History, John Mackey. Economics, also John Mackey. Geography, James Muldoon. Home economics, Elijah Garcia. Politics, also Elijah Garcia. Construction studies, Daniel Tiernan. DCG, also Daniel Tiernan. Art, Daniel Lowen. Engineering, Jacob Hamilton and Sean Moore. Ag Science, Jacob Hamilton. Spanish, in memory of our dear colleague, Kelly Leonard. The Kelly Leonard Medal goes to two students, Conor Mead and James Oates. In accounting, the Porrick O'Neill Accounting Medal goes to Dara McDonough. In business, the Kieran Sweeney Business Medal goes to Dara McDonough. And the Blair Feeney Limited Business Medal goes to Awab Kashir. In music, Tyler Haxel. For enterprise, the Paul Taff Finance People Solutions GmbH Medal goes to Tom Murphy. In computer science, the Overstock Medal goes to Jermid Taylor. The Davis's Restaurant Teamwork Medal goes to Edward McDonough and James Harganen. The LCVP Student of the Year goes to Brendan Caniff. And the last awards in this section goes to four fantastic students from the Bishop Jones Learning Centre. The Student of the Year award for the Bishop Jones Learning Centre goes to Samuel Young, Dylan Malarkey, Ryan Egan, and Harry Carton. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have our sports awards. These awards will be presented by Mr. Kyo. The award winners for the various categories are basketball, Nathan McLaughlin and Thomas Moran. Thomas and Nathan are receiving the basketball award in recognition of their dedication to training, their skill level, and their insatiable desire to succeed and achieve their goals. Unfortunately, due to work and college commitments, neither boy can be here. Well done, however, to both recipients. In soccer, the senior award goes to Sean McAteer and the junior to Danny Woodrow. Sean's time in school showcased his undoubted talent, dedication, and application to football, and marks him out as one to watch. A very deserving winner of this award, which his brother Paul will now come forward to collect. A midfield player, Danny is a creative and dynamic force in the middle or on the wing and looks set for a bright future in the game due to his hard work and application. Unfortunately, he could not be here today. For athletics, we have Francis O'Donoghue and Joe Campbell. Francis won a place on the Irish Schools cross-country team for the SIAB Schools International, and unfortunately, again, cannot be here today. Joe had a fantastic first in the 400 metres in the Talton Games. He then went on to represent Ireland and was part of a 4x400 bronze medal winning relay team. So congratulations, Joe. For Gaelic football, first year is Joe Hickey, juvenile Danny Woodrow, junior Rian O'Callaghan, and senior Darrow Boyle. Joe's dedication to his sport is evident in his commitment to training. He rarely misses a session, and his sportsmanship and respect for his opponents are a true testament to his character, making him a role model for his peers. Danny always sets a good example for his teammates and is a very accomplished player. His never-give-up attitude is a fantastic attribute to have in any team. Rian's attitude and commitment to training pays dividends on the pitch with his ferocious tackling, his blistering pace, and mazy runs up the pitch from the half-back line. He has grown into a key member of this year's school senior team. And Darrow Boyle had an outstanding season with the school GAA team last year. His energy and professional approach to all training and matches was a coach's dream. He was a role model for all younger members of the panel and a perfect example of how a Summerhill student should approach sport. He was joint captain of the senior team and is currently part of the under-20 Sligo and minor teams. We're delighted to welcome him back to receive his award. For the rugby awards, under 14 is Conor O'Hare, junior Clyde Regan, and senior David Keys. This year's rugby awards, the O'Hare Rugby Medals, are proudly sponsored by O'Hare's Bakery. Conor O'Hare always has a strong work ethic in his rugby training sessions, which is consistent with his match performances, and he played a vital role in helping the squad reach the semi-finals of the Junior A Cup. Clyde is a dynamic player who brings great energy to the pitch, which is why he's already been recognised by Connacht with the provincial talent squad. David Keys is our senior rugby award winner. He played for Summerhill from first year right through to sixth year and gave 100% to each training session and game. He lives and breathes rugby. He has continued his passion for rugby outside of Summerhill and made his AIL debut this year with the Sligo senior team. David, we're delighted to welcome you back to collect your award. In the swimming category, Dominic French. Dominic regularly swims an average of 40 to 45,000 metres per week, combining 3 to 5 land training sessions. Dominic qualified for both the Irish Open and the McCullough International Galas while only 16 years old. He has again been selected for the Connacht squad and will race in Wales for Connacht in March. He has been selected for the Swim Ireland Regional Development Programme in Connacht. Well done, Dominic. For kayaking, Daniel Tiernan. Daniel has been part of the school kayak club for nearly 6 years and has always shown the utmost determination to overcome any obstacle and is always willing to help others to progress. Well done, Daniel. In surfing, we have Tom Murphy. Tom had a stellar year in 2022. He won the Under-16 Boys National Tour and went on to represent Ireland at Eurosurf Junior 2022 in Portugal, where he competed against the best young surfers from across Europe. He capped off the year by being voted Surfer of the Year in the Tides online surfing magazine poll. Well done, Tom. For sailing, we have Matthew Ballantyne. Matthew completed successfully in the Round Ireland race this year and also works as a qualified sailing instructor, a truly deserving award winner. In hurling, we have senior Thomas Harrigan and junior Brian McGowan. Thomas is a very cool-headed player with an excellent work rate. He never gives up until the final whistle is blown and is a real leader on and off the pitch and an absolute joy to watch. Brian is a young, fearless hurler with a very bright future ahead of him. He's very dedicated, never misses training, and his efforts are reaping rewards on the field. Congratulations, Brian. We now move on to our extracurricular awards. There's no doubt that Summerhill is a hive of activity, both during and outside of school time, as our students engage in a wide range of pursuits that simultaneously enhances their educational experience, social skill set, and interest base. These awards are to honour those students who excel and shine in their respective fields. In areas such as sports, performing and visual arts, including the ones who are proactive in various social events, programmes and competitions. These students received their medals and certificates already this morning. The first awards in this category are for students who've excelled in music. These students have represented the school in music events, including the first year welcome mass in the cathedral, the Christmas carol service, and the Leaving Certificate grad mass. The second award is for students who took part in the European Space Agency's CanSat competition to design a mini satellite. The Summerhill team were Irish national CanSat finalists. Here in the college, our students like to expand their horizons and tread on the international stage, and Sean McCabe certainly did that. When he was one of 5 Irish students selected to take part in the Western Michigan University Leadership Program. The Summerhill College Student Council is a vibrant and active institution within our school. It consists of elected members from each year group within the school. This year, we recognise the hard work of Brian Healy, who was on the Student Council Executive in 2021 and 22. The Business and Enterprise Awards are up next. These students have had some great success in the past year. We had students who placed third in the 2022 National Bank of Ireland Money Smarts Challenge, while Treads and Sean Oak Books were all winners at the Student Enterprise National Finals, alongside Shralp, who completed nationally in the Creative Video category. The next awards honour those who've excelled in the area of IT and digital media. Our students were the Department of Communications National School Digital Champions for 2022, were BBRAS National Finalists, and also 4 Nations Microsoft Office Champions. The Pope John Paul II Award recognises the following students for taking an active part in the life of their church, their community, and in society. Well done to all our students who received the John Paul II Awards. In addition, Dara McDonough was also the proud recipient of the Papal Cross Award. We'll now move on to the Gashka Awards. These students all worked tirelessly and were fully committed to earning their Bronze Gashka Award through their endeavours in sport, coaching, music, cooking, language, IT, and volunteer work. And our final group of students are receiving their awards for helping the school achieve European Parliament Ambassador School status, also known as EPAS. They earned themselves the title of Junior Ambassadors, won the National EPAS Quiz Competition, and also represented Ireland at the Euroscola meet. Our EPAS Student of the Year award goes to both Lewis Carr and Andrew Connell. Indeed, both students had the privilege of meeting the European Parliament President, Roberta Metsola, just last Friday. We now move to the final section of the award ceremony, which again are a combination of academic, sport, and extracurricular, and include the main awards of the afternoon. Our Junior Cert Academic Student of the Year this year is another exceptional student. This award winner will be presented with his medal and certificate by Mr. Donoghue. With an outstanding result in his Junior Cert of 4 distinctions, this student is no stranger to hard work and striving to achieve his best. Indeed, it was only a few weeks ago that he represented Summerhill at the BT Young Scientist competition, where his team and project received an award. This student is multi-talented. He excels in all of his subjects, with maths and graphics being a particular favourites. and has represented the school in various activities, from the diocesan quiz to junior rugby and enterprise competitions. Our Junior Cert Academic Student of the Year winner is Nisha Fitzgerald. The John Curley Award for Science is kindly donated by the Curley family to remember the late John. It is awarded to a student who has excelled in Junior Cert Science. The winner of this award has not only excelled in the area of science, but in all his subjects, with an outstanding Junior Cert. He is an all-round excellent student, full of potential, and will no doubt excel in the years to come. He wishes to pursue a career in psychology. In science, he is described as a model student, intelligent, determined, and always open to new ideas. He is highly motivated and enjoys the challenge of learning. He asks questions in order to consolidate and advance his scientific knowledge. His love, enthusiasm, and curiosity for science is what makes him such an impressive student. We're delighted to ask Mr. Keogh to present Matthew Darcy with the John Curley Award for Science. I will now ask Bishop Doran to present the next 3 award winners with their certificates and medals. The Junior Cycle Student of the Year student. During his 3 years in Summerhill, our Junior Cert Student of the Year has accumulated many accolades. He was awarded Class Student of the Year in 2021, has played and been actively involved in soccer, represented the school in Connacht quizzes, as well as playing on the under-16 football team. His strong sense of responsibility and character make him a great peer role model. He is a natural leader, puts others first, is a great communicator, reliable, courteous, and responsible. You will never meet him without a huge smile on his face. He's an exceptional young adult, and it's a pleasure to recognize Jamie O'Hara as our Junior Cycle Student of the Year. Our next award is the Transition Year Student of the Year Award. This award goes to Ronan Keane. Ronan actively participated and applied himself to the highest standards in all aspects of TY, whether it was core subjects, volunteering, community work, or optional programs or competitions. He was appointed a European Parliament Junior Ambassador. He completed the Gashka Award, placed 3rd in the Bank of Ireland Money Smarts National Final, was a Department of Communications School Digital Champion, an enterprise enthusiast, was actively involved in many charity bucket collections, earned his Bronze Gashka Award, and much, much more. He worked quietly, was dependable, took initiative, was a fantastic team player, and contributed. You think I'd know the rhythm at this stage? And contributed selflessly and wholeheartedly to the year. He has always a cheery demeanour and an abundance of enthusiasm. He is a very deserving winner. Please come forward, Ronan. The next award goes to the Leaving Cert Applied Student of the Year. This year's winner is Sean Talley. Sean has taken full advantage of his time in school. He has a good sense of what it means to be a team player in group situations and has a natural ability to deal with his schoolwork in a relaxed and balanced way. Sean is mature, understanding, caring to those around him, very helpful and friendly. He has a very responsible attitude, not just in the classroom or while on his work experience, but always. He is well liked and well thought of by his peers and teachers and strives to do well in every aspect of his schoolwork. He has been awarded full credits in all of his subjects and has excelled with his student tasks to date. earning himself very high marks academically and in his practical subjects. He brings a determined energy and dedication with him through all areas of his work. Well done, Sean, and please come forward to collect your award. Well done. And thanks, Bishop Doran, for presenting those awards. Our next sport award of the day is our Athlete of the Year. The winner of this award receives the magnificent trophy kindly donated by Brigadier General Jerry Hegarty. This year's winner is a truly remarkable talent and has excelled on the national stage. The winner of this prestigious award is Ross Doherty. There's a bit to go yet, so I hope you're prepared to stand. Well done. Ross began in Summerhill College in September 2016, and throughout his years here, he represented the school in soccer, Gaelic football, and track and field. His skills on and off the pitch saw him looked upon as a formidable opponent. With regards to the GAA, Ross was an incredible leader and always gave 100% when he pulled on the Summerhill jersey. His powerful running style, coupled with his aerial ability, were standout features of his play. These traits came to the fore when he played an integral part in the historic Sligo minor team of 2021. This group won Sligo's first Connacht minor title since 1968. He also began his soccer career in Summerhill way back when he was in first year and was a member of the first-year futsal All-Ireland winning team. Ross has always enjoyed participating in athletics under the guidance of Mr. Pat Toohey. When it came to athletics, this is where Ross really came into his own. Whatever the weather conditions, whatever the venue, Ross always left his fellow competitors well and truly behind him. From Connacht school track and field to All-Ireland events, Ross always gave his all and usually took his place on the winning podium. He has won athletics provincial medals in 800 metres, relay and cross-country for both club and school, and has represented Summerhill College at the National Schools Athletic Finals on a number of occasions. He truly is an exceptional athlete. So well done once again. The Count John McCormick Award for the Arts and Entertainment is awarded to a student that has excelled in this area. The recipient is chosen by those involved in the area of the arts in the school, and usually necessitates some robust debate, given the standard of our students in this area. This year was no different. The worthy recipient of this award is Sam Purcell. Sam is a talented musician who has contributed greatly to the music department during his time at Summerhill College. He quickly demonstrated his passion and skill in music right from the start, becoming the principal drummer relied upon for school events despite only being in first year. Tutored by Mr. Ken MacDonald, he achieved his grade 8 in drumming in 2018. His drumming skills have also been widely recognised outside of school, becoming a finalist in the Irish Young Drummer of the Year Award at the age of 15, and been named Ireland's most talented young drummer in 2020. He has performed in countless events, concerts, musicals, and theme nights locally, is a member of the Saffron Trio, plays with the Sligo Academy of Music, Sinfonietta, and Jazz Orchestra, and has also performed internationally in New York, Paris, and Prague with the Sligo Academy of Music. At the age of 14, Sam began playing with his own band, friends, and continues to perform around Sligo. It has been a pleasure to watch Sam grow and mature into a passionate and inspirational musician. We look forward to seeing your success in the future. And I ask Ashan to now present this award to Sam. The next award is the Father John Leog Ethos Award. This is always a poignant award for us, and we are delighted to have Father John's sister, Mary Huck, with us today. Father John was a member of the class of 77, a past pupil of the college, and a dedicated staff member that was taken from us far too soon. The award in his name is conferred on either a student of the college, a parent of a currently enrolled student, a staff member, or a past student. They must have contributed in a particularly consummate fashion to the Catholic ethos of the college, as expressed in the school's mission statement and motto. The recipient will have shown their commitment to the life of the college community in a practical manner, which focuses on living out the gospel of Jesus Christ and being guided by the school's motto to be doers of the word. The winners of the award this year are Porrick Cawley and Eamon Feely from the class of 2022. Both Porrick and Eamon, throughout their time in Summerhill, demonstrated the motto of the college by their commitment to supporting all students, particularly those who found it difficult at times, by including them in fundraising, mentoring, or by a gentle word of encouragement. Both were involved in the student council, assisted as prefects, and were student leaders in the pilot alumni mentoring program, which now includes 150 students and 87 alumni mentors. Both have returned many times since they left to support the college and participate in school and diocesan events. We are delighted to add Porrick and Eamon to a list of key people who have encapsulated and embodied the school's mission and aims. I'll ask Mr. Keogh to come forward and present the Father John Leog Ethos Award for 2022 to Porrick Cawley and Eamon Feely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to our final three awards. Best Academic Leaving Cert, Sports Person of the Year, and Senior Student of the Year. The winners of these awards are exceptional individuals, and we in Summerhill College are very proud of each. And every one of them this afternoon, we are delighted to acknowledge their outstanding achievements. Our Academic Leaving Cert awards are making their way to three equally deserving and commendable students, who each worked tirelessly and quietly over the past number of years. It is no surprise that each obtained 625 points in their Leaving Cert. Oisín McGoldrick, Rory Kinnan, and Ross Monaghan are this year's winners of the Best Leaving Cert Results Award. So it's just a little piece on each before they come up. Throughout his time in Summerhill, Oisín excelled, particularly in the areas of business and maths, winning the Connacht Junior Business Quiz, as well as the Northwest Schools Maths Competition. Sports also played a huge part in his time here at the college, as he represented Summerhill in both Gaelic football and in cross-country athletics events. Ross received multiple academic awards throughout his junior and Leaving Cert years. He was also an EPAS Junior Ambassador, an executive member of the Green Schools Committee, and Junior Sligo Tidy Towns, as well as securing a place on the highly competitive Sligo University Hospital programme. Rory continues his academic streak here in Summerhill. Back in 2019, he was awarded Best Academic Junior Cert. So it's no surprise that we find ourselves here today, honouring him once again, this time for Best Academic Leaving Cert. Rory was able to balance his commitment to his studies with his love of playing Gaelic and soccer. He was always focused and self-disciplined, yet modest of his achievements. Oisín McGoldrick, Rory Kinnan, and Ross Monaghan are this year's winners of the Best Leaving Cert Results Award. And if the boys would like to come forward, Mr. Keogh will present their medals and certificates. Our penultimate award of the evening is the Patrick F. Dolan Sports Person of the Year Award. The deserving winner of this award is Canis Mulligan. Canis began in Summerhill College in September 2016, making the daily journey from Screen. It wasn't long before he established himself on the various sporting teams in Summerhill. After winning the first-year futsal Connacht final, he played in the All-Ireland series and was instrumental in this group's success, and he returned back to Sligo with an All-Ireland medal in his possession. Transition year was an extremely busy year for Canis, playing on 2 Gaelic football teams, 2 school soccer teams, and also representing his county in underage football. He was one of 4 players in TY to make the senior soccer panel, managed by Mr. Barrett, and had a key role in the centre of the park, going on to win the final against St. George's Castlebar in March 2020. From the moment he stepped onto the GAA field, it was evident he was a committed and passionate player. His dedication to the sport was unmatched, consistently putting in extra hours of training to hone his skills and elevate his game. During his 6 years in Summerhill, Canis competed in 6 Connacht A finals and achieved the rare feat of winning a juvenile league and championship double. He was one of the standout players of the senior team that lost in heartbreaking fashion in the 2020 Connacht final. Canis's last couple of years of school sport were interrupted by COVID and a serious knee injury. However, he didn't let this deter him, and he managed to make a full recovery and return to the field after months of strenuous rehab. This culminated in his starring role for the Sligo under-20 team as they captured the county's first ever under-20 Connacht title. His performances were also recognised nationally, as he was named among the top 20 players from the Air Grid GAA Football Under-20 All-Ireland Championship. Not only was he talented on the field, but he also demonstrated exceptional leadership qualities. He was a natural captain, inspiring his teammates with his positive attitude and unwavering spirit. Canis is a true asset to any team, and we all look forward to seeing where his talents take him in the years to come. Ashen, if you'd like to present Canis with his trophy and certificate. Our next award is the most prestigious award Summerhill College can bestow on any student, that of Summerhill College Student of the Year. Throughout his time in Summerhill, this year's Student of the Year exemplified what it truly means to be a doer of the word. He embedded himself into the life of the college through his kindness, generosity, and determination to leave the school in a better place for the students who would come after him. He was a central figure in the redesign of the Student Council Constitution, and despite only being in junior cert at the time, he was able to make a significant contribution and had the respect of the older students who were always keen to listen to what he had to say. He was part of the Student Council as secretary for 2 years. He was also named a member of the Green Schools Executive. Alongside his studies, this student was able to win an E-Pass award and was also awarded a gold medal and the Papal Cross in the Pope John Paul II programme, which meant that he had to devote a lot of hours to volunteering in the local community. He did all this while studying for his Leaving Certificate, an exam in which he achieved outstanding results. He is now studying commerce in UCD. Mostly, though, this Student of the Year will be remembered by the staff of the college for being a reliable and dependable student who always put the needs of others first. It is with great pleasure that we award the Student of the Year for 2022 to Mr. Eamon Feely. And finally, our head prefect, Darragh McDonough, will now say a few words. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flynn. Before our ceremony draws to a close, I would like to express appreciation to a number of people on behalf of the award recipients and the main student body. To our guest speaker, Dr. Ashan Patel, a special word of thanks to you for making the long journey to be with us today. I have no doubt that those gathered here in the library and those watching via the live stream will take some inspiration and encouragement from both your speech and achievements to date. Thank you to our college patron, Bishop Doran, for joining us today. As always, your invaluable support is greatly appreciated. Today's award ceremony celebrates the outstanding achievements of students, both past and present. Behind all these achievements are the dedicated and committed staff members and teachers in our school. Thank you for enabling us to realise and reach our individual potential. A word of thanks to the students, past pupils, parents, guardians, and all those who have joined us both in person and virtually here today. Thank you to Mr. Doniher and his team for the facilitation of this streaming service, and to Miss Casey and those involved in the organisation of today's events. So ends this year's award ceremony. Once again, congratulations to all of the award recipients. And we'd just like to make a small presentation to our guest speaker, Dr. Patel, as a token of our appreciation for joining us today.